dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion.
So right now you can see I have been stopped out at break even already. So I wanted to make a short trade recap on my thoughts on taking this short setup. So on the high time frames, especially on the 1 hour time frame, I was very bearish. As you can see from the start, when the price reached this 15-minute CB right here, there was an SMT with GBP/USD because this swept the previous day's high. So I was expecting EUR/USD to push to the downside lower more aggressively than GBP/USD. So when this SMT happened, it happened in the London session, which we are currently still inside of. I decided to search for a confirmatory SMT on the lower time frames, on the 1 minute time frame specifically. I'm already out at break even right here. So what I wanted to see is to see this intermediate term low get displaced through, as this was precision swing point right here, which was made at 326. So I did not wait for the price to reach the macro to execute my trade. I executed before the macro reached. So when the price displaced through this area, this is where I decided to enter short position. I counted my initial stop loss was above this high right here. I was targeting for like 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and then the price pumped to the downside. So a little bit of information right here is that there was an SMT right here which I did not pay too much attention on these lows right here compared to the GBP/USD, because if you go to the GBP/USD right here, you can see that this previous cycle's low was never swept. This low, I meant there are some kind of an SMT right here on these lows. Yeah, if you look closely, this low which was formed at 4, it was never swept on this low right here, was not swept on the EUR/USD, so I could have closed the full amount, but because I was already at break even, I held it towards the downside. So far, the lesson I learned from this break-even trade is to just not rely on hope for the things to work out, because I was already on a 1-to-2 risk by that time. I could have at least close the partial. It could be $1, but that's okay too, because it is an SMT which happened instead of this macro. So, and it was an SMT which happened in this macro, and it was against my bias and side of a high time frame PDRA, so I should have paid attention to it and closed some partial, but that's okay. Yeah, so that was it. I'm going to journal it as usual and wait for New York session if it can give us continuation to the downside. Maybe we could take continuation to the downside or even higher, because the previous day's high on Euro USD is still in close proximity. Yeah, I think that's it for the London session. I'm going to journal it and just move on. Yeah, that's it. So thank you for sticking to the end of this trade, and I hope you learned something. Whenever there is SMT in the higher time frame PDRA, which is against our trend, we have to take partials. At least I placed my stops at break even. I do not regret it at all, because it is part of my risk management protocol. I should always remove risk to the table whenever it is possible. Yeah, I think that's it. Follow Ivan Trades for more trading content, and thank you for sticking to the end. Yeah, we will see how New York plays out.